Hello and welcome to Time Searchers. I'm your host Roger Blissman, and I'm here today with my co-host and our guide through time, Bill the Colonial Relic Hunter Leidick. Today we're going to be discussing a topic which unfortunately has become more and more prevalent in the collector circles. Bill, what is that topic?
Fakes.
Fakes, Bill.
Just recently I got bitten twice.
Twice, Bill?
Twice in a year.
Well, Bill, why don't we tackle the stories one at a time?
Okay.
What is the first of your woeful tales?
Well, most recent one, I bought a Indian trade tomahawk.
Okay.
And it came from New York from 1776, and everything looked okay from pictures. Pictures weren't quite a little clear, but they were, a little slightly dark, but they looked like the real deal.
Sure.
And I got it in the mail just a couple of weeks ago. I still have it. But anyways, the axe head to me looks real, but if you look at the handle, it almost looks like it's real, but see how it's light here?
I see that.
Somewhat dark here?
Yeah.
But here's another giveaway. See on the center of the post, I'll show you close up here in a moment, is a round pole. And if they did it back then, it wouldn't be round, it would be more eye-shaped to the loop of the axe head.
Yes.
And then what you could see is there's white in here in the wood where the stain and the lacquer couldn't get down in there. And then plus in the shaft of the wood right here.
I see it. I do see it. Yeah.
That was not all done.
You couldn't see that in a photograph when you were looking at that.
No, no, I did not.
Okay.
But I did see this, and I thought it looked suspicious. But I said, well, maybe that's what they did.
Well, okay.
But somehow I suspected it was fake. Authenticator checked it out.
Oh, you had an expert take a look at it?
An expert check it out, and he said the handle was definitely fake, and it was just recently put on in his thing here, and you could even see down there is white in there. He said the same thing I said. It would have been more eye-tiered to fit the tomahawk more.
But what about the actual head, the actual tomahawk head?
Well, the only way he could tell if it's authenticated, if they look underneath a microscope and everything, and that would cost a lot more money.
Sure.
But he said there's a lot of these fakes coming from South America, these type here, and what they do, they leave in salt water for 6 months to age, and then they let them out in the air, and they really start to rust. And he says from looking at it firsthand, the head is probably authentic, but the handle isn't. But I mean, if that's the case, the person selling this should have said the handle was just recently put on, but he did not. He said it came from the wood off a famous boat.
Yes. And
it was put on this, tomahawk.
In fact, the same individual had given you like a laundry list of different items that had come from the boat, that area, and we had looked at some other pictures, and we were skeptical. And then when this first item arrived, then we realized that.
Yes, and then he had another tomahawk on eBay. It sold for almost $400, and I was wondering why he was selling me the same tomahawk when it was already sold.
Well, you mean the very same one that we're talking here?
Yes.
This one had already been sold on eBay, but the transaction didn't come off.
Yes.
Okay.
So the only reason that looked suspicious to me, because I noticed all this and what this authenticator told me on this, so I started researching the individual, and I started seeing patterns on the same things being put up all the time.
From the same individual.
And then being bought.
Okay.
And then he's selling me the exact same, tomahawk peace pipe that he already sold on eBay. He's selling it to me, not on eBay, but another back door. So
see.
that deal's canceled. This is going back, and supposedly I'm going to get my refund.
Well, we'll wait and see if that's going to happen, sure.
But, I mean, that's not the only fakes out there. There's a lot of fakes. People fake anything. They'll fake, chains, they'll fake hooks, they'll fake cannonballs or whatever. But here's this other button I got off of eBay. It's a cast eye block. I should have known better when I bought this because the pictures were very dark. It was not looking real good. I saw that, man, well, that price was good. So I got greedy. Just like everybody else, it's in our nature to be greedy.
Well, Bill, that's what they say, that anybody who's been taken, they have a touch of larceny at their heart too.
Exactly right. So I said, oh man, I got a great deal on this. I can't remember what I paid for it, but anyways, once I got it, I looked at it, I'm like, I said, that's not pewter. That looks more like lead.
Yeah, it does look like lead.
It looks more like lead. Then when I got to look at it and see the eye loop back there is broken off, I'll show you close-ups here in a moment, but the eye loop's broken up and it's very recent.
Yeah, and you can even look, it looks like scrapings, like somebody broke it with like a screwdriver.
Yeah, exactly right. And so when I got this, I knew it was fake. But because I didn't have a lot of money in it, I just kept it for this time when we did something on fakes. Because we always talked about our show doing a lot of different stuff, and we covered a lot of different stuff on equipment and everything else, and how to do electrolysis and whatnot. We would try to be like the how-to place and the one stop where you can get all your information.
Yeah, exactly.
So I saved it for this purpose. And here it is, and I'm going to show you close-ups, but I got the first time I got bitten, and I got bitten on this tomahawk, and it's sort of sickening, disheartening when you get ripped off.
Sure, absolutely.
It feel like you're being violated,
Well, you are. Figuratively, you're being screwed.
Literally, about the KY.
Financially.
So anyways, we do put a little humor to our shows too to make it more enjoyable, but this is a serious matter.
It is.
If the picture looks too good, like if it's dark and you can't tell what it is, don't buy it. If the deal looks too damn good, don't buy it, because more likely it's a fake.
Well, it kind of raises a question in my mind. You've always heard in the past, they always say, buy from a reputable dealer. Just in this particular case, you remember what the feedback was for this thing?
500 and something. And the feedback was 100%.
Wow.
And what can I say? Because I haven't received my money yet, he wants the axe head and everything back, and then cutting me a check. That's the air show. That too looks like F-16 jets flying overhead. Yep, beautiful sight. Our finest up there. Absolutely. Doing their stuff. That's right. But anyway, let's get back onto this here on a more serious note. Just not around sicking about it, and I'm going to wait until I get my money back 100%, and this sucker's going up on YouTube. So you guys get to know what this stuff, what the fakes look like, and we're going to try better educate you. And in the future, we got get these authenticators maybe on the show and talk about different stuff.
Exactly right.
And then we'll show more examples, with pictures or accents I have, which ones are fake and which ones are not. Yeah,
because all of us relic hunters, we'd love to find this stuff, but let's not kid ourselves. We're always on the lookout to see if we could purchase a nice addition to our relic collection, and everybody does that. And you have to be on guard these days, unfortunately.
Even if you dig one, it doesn't mean it's authentic. It could have been made 20 years ago or 50 years ago. It could have been a reproduction from some company and buried.
Well, it's funny you mention that, because I had read a story that there was a guy he made up, I think, phony Confederate belt buckles, and he was burying them in different parts of the country and kind of sitting back and laughing, people finding them and thinking they're real.
And they're not. Yeah, that's a shame. People have that much time on their hands.
And they're sick individuals.
These people are just as bad as these asswipes that are doing these viruses and spyware on your damn computer and crashing your computer. These people are scum.
They are.
Bottom of scum.
They are.
And what can I say? But if you're on eBay, beware. Or even if you're buying from an antique dealer, beware.
Yeah.
They could be selling them too. Maybe they don't even know. Maybe they're not educated enough on this stuff, but it's up to you as a buyer to be educated.
Absolutely, Bill.
All right.
Well, I guess that wraps our segment, so we'll see you Somewhere in time.
Somewhere in time. We're going to show you some close-ups.
That's right.
As we're
Yes.
going off the show here.
Exactly.
There you go. You look at the side there. You can see the cast marks like it was a two-piece button. See how the eye loop is broken off?
Yeah.
And Roger saying about the scratch marks? Like a screwdriver broke it off?
Well, you could tell the original, like you said, was a two-piece button, and it's a cast as a one-piece, but that shows. Now, during the Civil War, did they ever do any casting, say, of a lead like one-piece that was based upon a two-piece?
Yes, they did. They made some on the field, but they're very crude and corroded up.
Yeah.
That's one reason how you can tell. You know, some of them are like that. They were made up. I mean, they're a different type. But here's the axe head here. See the little white?
Yes.
In here. And I tilted it up here. See the white in the handle.
Yeah, I can see
and let
that.
me bring it around. See that you can see the white right here.
Yes.
Oh, right here where my finger is.
Yep.
See the white right there? I'll turn it around. And you're looking.
Yeah, you can. That's a really good shot.
There's a very good shot of the white in there.
Yeah.
And when you look at the cracks on the handle, you can see the white inside the cracks. So Roger suggests, and so did the authenticator, exactly the same thing Roger said, is what they did. They stained it and they baked it.
They baked it in an oven, sure.
Yeah, but as you can see the lines in the tomahawk. You know, usually when you see stuff like that, it's usually the real deal, but when you got a fake handle, something that's portrayed it's not, and then you see another thing he's going to sell you is totally fake, 100% fake, why would you just want the head?
That's right.
Take chances, like we said earlier. They have to put it through down on a microscope and see if they see any salt or whatever in there, but you could see how the white there, but see how it's round?
Yeah.
That handle should have been made to fit
that piece.
that whole eye loop,
fact,
so it would stay on.
When those were originally made, didn't the blacksmith actually take the actual handle and kind of pound it?
Exactly right. A lot of them did that, and it sort of like singed right into place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So that's it for today.